Hello, and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. My name is Jeff Morin, and I'm a system architect for Lumissil. In today's video, we will review two of our popular microprocessors, the X1600 and the X2000. Lumissil's MPUs are multi-core, multimedia processors for embedded systems. They are strong in cybersecurity, come in compact packages for size-constrained applications, and have built-in memory. There are three versions depending on the applications. Our MPUs are fast and efficient, built on the X-Burst microarchitecture. X-Burst is a hybrid processor that combines MIPS32 and SIMD architectures. The MPUs run on the Linux operating system. They are lowest power in class due to advanced processing nodes, dynamic clocking, and designed for the least amount of leakage current. Lumissil's MPUs are media-rich that support audio, video, and display applications. More on this topic to come. Now let's compare the X1600 and the X2000 MPUs. The CPU on the X1600 and the X1600E is an X-Burst 1 single core, rated at 1 GHz. The X2000 is an X-Burst 2, meaning dual core, clocked at 1.2 GHz. The 1600 has 32 megabytes of low-power DDR2 RAM, and the 1600E has up to 64 megabytes. The X2000 boasting 128 megabytes of low-power DDR3. Both operate on the Linux and the free RTOS systems. The X2000 being capable of Edge AI. Both have inputs for cameras. The X1600 and X1600E are 1x on the DVP port or on the MIPI CSI2 port, and the X2000 has two MIPI CSI2 ports. The X2000 has two built-in ISPs. The X2000 also has H.264 encode and decode. They both have audio inputs, the X2000 having a couple more options for digital audio. The X2000 has audio codec. The X1600 can output to a display that's 640 by 480 based on the RGB24 SLCD formats. The X2000 can output up to 1920 by 1080 resolution on RGB24 SLCD and the MIPI D-PHY. Both have SD memory cards. Both support USB 2. Both support Ethernet, where the X2000 supports up to 1000 megabits per second. Both have SPI ports, where the X2000 has two. Both support UART. The X1600 has 4 UART ports, and the X2000 up to 10. The X1600 and 1600E have 2 I2C, where the X2000 has 6. The X1600 will support 2 CAN buses. They both have A to D converters, where the X1600 has 4 channels and the X2000 has 6 channels. And power, where our processors really shine, the X1600, 1600E are typically rated at 200 to 600 milliwatts, where the X2000 is rated at 300 to 1000 milliwatts. Both come in compact packages, the X1600 in a 9x9 BGA and the X2000 in a 12x12 BGA. Lumissil's MPUs fit into many applications. They are good for any application that has a combination of heavy processing, Edge AI, cybersecurity, touchscreen display, camera. It's battery-based or is connected through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, uses voice control, or creates some kind of sound. Some example of applications already in the market are eHealth products such as home-based scopes, EV chargers such as level 2 or level 3 EV chargers, robots either for navigation or operation, smart building HMI such as using biometrics for access, white goods HMI, and barcode readers. Now let's see how an MPU can be used for an electric vehicle level 2 charger. Many of the level 2 chargers for sale have displays, LEDs, they make sounds like chimes, and have capacitive touch keys for scrolling through the display. The blocks shown in yellow are products made by Lumissil. This example also shows how to use our CG5317 ASIC to meet EV charging line standards of ISO 15518. This is a relatively new standard adopted by Europe and US for high-level communication through the charging lines, also known as vehicle-to-grid communications. As of today, Lumissil has the industry's only single-chip ASIC with automotive qualifications. So starting with the MPU, we see here in the middle of the block diagram. In this application, the MPU can also be called the host processor since it's fully managing all the peripherals. The MPU is connected to the SE5117, 5118, or 5120. These are touch key controllers for capacitive touch keys. The controller chip monitors the capacitive touch keys and flags to the MPU when a button has been pressed. The MPU is also connected to a Wi-Fi or Bluetooth radio transceiver to get wireless data in and out of the charger. The MPU is also connected to a color display for communication to the user. The audio amplifier, the AP2010B, can be connected to provide any chimes or sounds needed. And now going to the right side of the block diagram, we see that the MPU is connected to the FL3236, one of our constant current LED drivers that can create LED effects such as color charging rings. The MPU can work with any of our LED drivers, but for another example, we show the FL3237, a 36-channel PWM LED driver for individual LED indicators. Then finally, the MPU is connected to the CG5317 HomePlug GreenPhi chip that adds and reads and manages the data superimposed onto the power lines. The MPUs are available in very useful development boards. The X1600 development kit is called the Haley 6. It has the features listed here below. It has a 3.5-inch TFT display at 320 by 480, has a camera interface with the DVP and the MIPI port, has a USB 2 Type-C port, an SD memory port, 10100 Ethernet RJ45 port, has a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip, port for the UART, SPI, ADC, and PWM, has digital mic port, 2-speaker interface, and operates on a single 5-volt supply. These boards are really intended for the engineer's development. The X2000 MPU development kit is called the Haley 5. And some of the features of the Haley 5 are an AMOLED 1080p display. It has dual 1080p cameras to a MIPI port and built-in cameras as well too. Has USB 2 Type-C port, SD memory port, 10100 1K Ethernet RJ45 port, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip, ports for UART, SPI, ADC, and PWM, 4 digital mic ports, 1 analog mic, 1 mic on board, has the speaker interface and operates on a 5-volt supply as well. Our MPU development kits also come with development software and documentation to get you up and running fast. You can download these from our website. In the package, you'll find that it has a universal bootloader for initializing the system hardware, has a Linux kernel. This is the core component of the Linux operating system that serves as the interface between the hardware and the software. Contains buildroot. This is open source software that provides a set of tools for building Linux-based systems. Has a MIPS Linux toolchain. These are software tools that enable the development and compilation of software for systems based on MIPS architecture running a Linux operating system. And it has a USB flash cloner. This is for programming the flash memory built into the hardware kit. And of course, lots of documentation and lots of source code examples. So this concludes our introduction to our MPUs. Please visit our website at lumissil.com to learn more. Thank you.